Max, what's up, bro? First in the building. Oh man, got a lot of shit to discuss. Well, not a lot. Just gonna finish up where we left off yesterday. So let some people get into the building. My daughter was just playing in the back, so she called herself mopping the floor, swiffering the floor. Yeah, this is her version of swiffering. Let me pick this shit up. I forgot it. I ain't even pick it up. She like Swiffer the rug. When she was Swiffering it, I'm like, what is you, what is you Swiffering? She just sitting there with the thing, just scraping it across the rug. She almost poked herself in the chest because it kept getting stuck. I'm like, oh god, this little girl. Look, she in there crying right now. Boy, what's up, everybody? Come on in the building. Let's get this started. Early morning. I knew I said I was gonna be a little later, but I'm bored. I need something to do. Yo, I used to see this one girl in preschool do that shit all the time, and she used to have them big wet ones, the mucus ones, and all the time I used to just because I and how you a kid, you see something, you don't give a fuck, you ain't got no filter. Ew, she digging in her nose. At first, I tried to say something to the teacher like, "Yo, she keep eating boogies in front of me. I'm trying to eat my crackers. She keep eating boogies and glue." What the fuck was up with white folks and boogies and glue back in kindergarten and like elementary, early elementary, kindergarten, early elementary, like first, second grade? What the fuck was up with white folks and boogies and glue? Stay with boogies and glue. I never understood that. There's this one dude that the one boy named Tom. His name used to be Tom. He used to hang with this other weirdo named Mike. Tom and Mike. You remember the jars of paste we used to get back in the day? The jars of it. Not the one that the one that we get today where you can design and stuff. I'm talking about the tub of paste. The hard, solid shit you used to get back in the day before it came in the stick. It used to come in the tub. Stick their whole hand in the motherfucker. Ugh. Josh Avelli, peace and welcome. Lord Quaz, what's up? Would you say, Max? Damn, Rim. Roast my own self out. I can't eat now. Yeah, that'll happen. He was eating the sandwich and fucked your own appetite up. Yeah, he was eating the sandwich and fucked his whole appetite up with that. Oh man, she used to have them big ones too. And I would you think I ain't got no filter now. When I was a kid, I had no filter. I was ignorant. If you had a mole, don't have a mole in front of me. Cause I'll point that bitch out. You ever see that Austin Powers mole guacamole? That was me. If you got a mole, that was me. I had no filter. So every time I saw fucking Tom and Mike eating paste or what the fuck was that? She was a ginger too. Freckled ginger. That's what I'm saying. She was ugly. So you being ugly on top of eating boogies made it worse. So every time I seen the mother, I point, ew, ew. I still do that shit to people today. If I don't let me catch you digging in your butt. Don't let me catch you itching or scratching your butt, because I'll tell you quick, get out your butt. I love catching people out in public scratching. You ever catch somebody scratch? But when you in a crowd, I love being in the crowd too because I do this shit to people. You just go in the crowd. You're always guaranteed to catch somebody scratching their ass at some point in time, and
I
you just yell,
hear
"Get out your
somebody.
butt!" and they just look around. What's up, sis? Top of the morning. You hear what I said?
Let me cut my headset off. Out.
Oh, you ain't hear me. What's up with you though?
Okay, I can hear you now. Say it again.
I just said top of the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh gosh.
Speaking of that, I don't know if y'all was just over at Nequa B's channel, but she was spitting some shit today.
Yeah, I caught the
Nequa,
tail end.
yeah, Nequa was on point today with her topic. So if you want to learn how to deal with toxic people or toxic family members in general in the best ways, I suggest you go take a look at that video that live stream that Nequa B just did. Like 2 minutes before I started mine. That's where I was at before I started. I was ready to go live. And then I looked at my joint and saw Nico was live. I'm like, I ain't gonna do that. Wait till she done. And I popped over to see what she was talking about. She was talking some shit. Nico had that was a powerful message that she gave. And I think with time, she's gonna blow. Trust me. Because she has nothing but positive vibes. Like no matter how much you want to not like her, even if you just don't want to not like her, you're never going to not like her topics. Like Nico, Nico is one of those people that you like. You can't be mad at. Like it's hard. I would find it hard to be mad at her. She's so sweet and innocent, and she's always trying to stay positive. So, with all the negativity that be going on in these YouTube streets, that's a good thing. But we gave a couple more minutes, and we're gonna pick up where we left off last night. I think we left off at him saying that he basically is upset that they won't admit the fact that you're pressing so hard for them to admit it to save your career, right? But not pressing charges to get your money back, to prove that they actually did it. That's the part that makes no sense to me. You want them to verbally admit to something that you have no proof that they did, but you won't go and prove it yourself. That's how
They
you
don't
know
have.
they didn't
Is
take
there not?
nothing from him. It's just about him trying to clean up his image.
There's plenty of. Excuse me. Plenty of evidence of the opposite on the internet.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But, in general, though, like you want them to admit to something that they did not do, wasn't even in the same area, wasn't even in the house. You weren't even together with any of them. And for you to, and then like the fact that you don't want to pray, you keep saying, I'm not going to press charges. It makes no sense. You want them to admit it to something that they clearly didn't do, but you won't go and press charges to prove that for one, to prove that they did it, for two, to get your money back. That tells me that they didn't take anything from you, and it's not about money. It's about you saving face. It's about you trying to clean up your image and take back all the shit you did without actually, verbally taking it back, without apologizing or saying that or admitting that you were wrong. You just want to blame it on somebody else and move forward. That's what motherfuckers like him do. They point the finger at other people and then try to hurry up and hop and move forward. But all right, let's get started.
Saying this to endanger my children. My point is this: my children's mothers set me up to be drugged and robbed, and they will not admit it. even though I said I don't want y'all to go to jail. And my issue is this. The reason that I'm stressing that they admit that is because people don't know you did that. And the first thing that you did, the first thing...
See, listen to what he just said. The reason why I'm stressing it is because people don't know that you did that. It's not about the money. It's about saving his career. So why are they going to admit to something that they didn't do just to try to save you? Why are they going to throw themselves under the bus? They weren't even there.
That they continue to do. Like if I show you this text message, right, Sinetta, I'm not gonna go through the whole thread. This is from right now. I'm gonna show you how my baby mother's treating me. It is 1:04 p.m. Eastern time. This is from 12:35. She said, "You're having an episode. Please leave me alone."
She's different from the others.
Right? You're having an episode. Please leave me alone. This is my point, right? And this was my whole issue in Texas. They drugged me, right? And Sinetta, you can come back if you want. They drugged me. But instead of admitting that you drugged me, you would just write me off as I'm crazy or I'm having an episode.
I don't understand how that's not normal. For them to tell you that you're having an episode. From what we've seen in the past 2 years, is a bunch of temper tantrums and episodes. If you take this to court and try to use this as evidence in court, all they would do is just point to everything that you did this year and last year and be like, this isn't an episode, Your Honor. Am I not right in justifying? Am I not justifying what I said to him? And everybody in the court can be like, yeah, he's clearly fucking crazy. And just when you think the nigga is going to get better, bro, this is what's holding you back. This is ultimately what's holding you back. And this is why you can't get nowhere. This is why you can't get your fan base back up, because you're still blaming other people for your fuck ups. You did this to yourself and you're still blaming other people. And even when people are not talking about it or bringing it up no more, you're still doing it. You bring it up. Nobody wants to hear this song and dance no more. And that's why you keep losing people.
Now, thankfully, this is not my first time being drugged. Okay? So black people have done this dirty shit to me before. So,
yo, I'm glad he brought that up, because didn't he say Sarnetta sent the girl to drug him? Wasn't it?
Yeah, he said that once.
Yep. Because he confused, got his segment with that other lady.
Uh-huh.
And said Sarnetta sent them. So he literally just told you, just accused you, Sarnetta, of drugging him to your fucking face, you dummy. You Sarnetta, you got. This is how you know you don't do no research on nobody. If it make dollar, it makes sense. You don't want to do no research.
He don't care as long as the numbers coming. That's why he was looking sour in the face, because the numbers wasn't looking right.
No, right. But the reason why I'm saying this is because remember when he had that whole like 2-3 month extent where he was banging on the Bible and doing drive-bys on the Bible, challenging people to the Bible and all that shit. Like,
you
he
ain't
was
been on
actually
YouTube long enough.
No. But listen, remember when he was doing that acting like as if he was polite or somebody, but basically regurgitating everything polite and said he was saying. And I suspected that in the beginning. But now
you ain't been watching long enough. It's a
that's what I'm saying. I suspected that in the beginning, but now it's very clear that he does no research on nothing or nobody. He just,
you see how we all told you the same thing yesterday. And you were fussing, and then you were like, all right, because we've been sitting back here. Look, I don't even watch Sarnetta. I have never watched a whole video of Sarnetta. Shit, I ain't never watched.
Was one of the
most
people
I
that I
don't
watched. Well, I was watching Sarnetta the most before I started YouTube, but it wasn't Sarnetta. It was the people on his channel that I would watch. I liked Seti. I still fucks with Seti. I still fucks with Seti. I don't watch him anymore, but I like his old stuff from when he first came in. There's still some people on there that I think you have some genuine knowledge. They might be some fucked up people, but I'm not gonna, disregard the information that they're putting out because some of it is, actual knowledge.
Even
but
a broke clock is right twice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's that. So I'm not going to disregard it because these motherfuckers is
I just
crazy.
don't go over there because they got that somewhere else. That's not an original thought. It is not an original thought between them.
Right. But that's the only thing I don't like is they act like they all came up with this shit themselves. But I respect Seti because he admitted this shit. I don't respect that he does it and then
And said he been in that shit since he was young.
But I respect the fact that he admitted it.
Look, said he came in at a transition period where consciousness went from, a thing to a hustle.
Right.
So said he came up under Dr. Ben, but he kind of got disenfranchised, and then he fell in with all the rest of these fools.
Right. But and the thing about it is, if Seti didn't admit that shit in the joint, there would have been no proof that Seti get high. He could actually deny it. You on the other hand, listen to what I'm saying, sis. There's video of him with the shrooms. There's no video of Seti doing a lot of blow.
There's video of Seti up here. Tap.
Sniff.
Nah, you missed when he used to stay up in his mama basement.
That's what that little bench was where he got all them posters in the back.
All we know is
hanging up. It looked like a basement.
No, it was an attic, but same difference. It was his mama or his grandma attic, and he used to be up there. You wouldn't see him. He'd go off camera for a minute, but then you hear a plate.
You're scraping the credit cards and shit.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden you hear, hold on, where my wallet at? Here it goes. All of a sudden you hear,
yeah, basically.
But yeah, anyway, Sinetta, he just accused you of drugging him to your fucking face and you don't even know it. Mila, what's up? Seth, what's up?
So I know where I should be in my equilibrium as far as recovering. And so I was drugged in like 2016, 2017, and I recovered. So if you didn't have a problem with me 2018, 2019, 2020, doing all this legal work, then you shouldn't think I'm crazy now. I just needed to recover. But the point is...
Wait a minute. You know what's crazy, though? The difference between now and then was you didn't claim you got drugged until after you drugged yourself.
Nah, he was just claiming he got abducted back then.
Yeah, you never claimed of being drugged until you got caught lying about getting high. You never claimed it. So how was we supposed to have a problem? We would have claimed, if you would have said this back then, we probably would have had a problem with it too. Matter of fact, you might have been believable because we didn't know. But you can't even keep your story straight on who drugged you on that too, because you don't even know who did that shit.
He done named 57 different people that's done drugged him.
Yeah, 1 minute is got his Sekhmet, 1 minute it was Sinetta and that other lady, Dr. Ma'at.
And Ott and the Douglas.
Yeah, like it changes every time you talk about it.
I'm not about to let a false narrative go out because I don't want my kids growing up thinking I was, and I'm not judging nobody if you do drugs. Let me say that. But what I'm saying is I don't, and I was not doing drugs. So I think people forget that I just did 5 years on an illegal sentence post-release without one violation. And
bro, we already proved this yesterday that you did do drugs. If you go to my live yesterday, I don't feel like pulling the shit back out, but if you go to my live yesterday, you will see that I have a video of him admitting to taking shrooms, him saying he's a shroom taker. This is what he's all about. He says, yes, y'all, I do take shrooms. Now you're back to I wasn't drugged. I never did drugs. And bro, you can't. I'm fuck that.
Wait a minute, white people. I'm about to turn up in it. Look at me. I got weed up in this motherfucker, a knife up in this motherfucker. Where them shrooms go? Some shrooms up in this bitch. Wait a minute. I'm about to get lit in this bitch.
Bro, take a minute and take a breath.
That's what I was doing. That's why I leaned back.
Shadow,
you read my mind.
Dario.
The fact it's not the fact that you held the shrooms up. It's the fact that you said you were about to get lit on top of that. And then every witness that was there all have the same story. Everybody that was there saying the same shit.
That girl peed on your couch. You scared her so bad. And then you want to sit up here and act like you ain't deep.
Some shrooms up in this bitch. Shrooms up in this bitch. Well, what was that other joint I made? Where them shrooms go? What? Where them shrooms go? What? Where them shrooms go? Why we getting lit today? Nigga.
And I've been partying the whole time, and I've been a celebrity, if you want to call it that, the whole time, and I've never done drugs and been drugged. So I said to say this, or drugged by women. Now I said to say this, I've been set up by the FBI though. So I want to reiterate this. Everybody that was involved in helping my baby mothers do what they do were law enforcement and were military, because one of my baby mothers' families is the police, and the other one I just found out is a Crip. And I'm not, making fun of nobody.
Wait a minute. So yeah, go ahead.
Hey Hakeem, this is the problem with this sector. You sit up here and you know mofos lying, and you steady let them spout this BS.
Exactly.
You help you solidifying people delusions.
Exactly. And every time somebody lets him on his platform, I noticed that too. As time went on, every time somebody let them on their platform, and his story kept changing, the more it seemed like he believed his own story. The more and more it seemed like he believed his own story.
You can't sit up here
Dario.
and agree with people with mental illnesses.
Right.
That's first off, because they don't have a good grasp on reality.
Right.
So you sit up here and you enforce sick people's delusions for a YouTube check.
Exactly. And that's what makes him look so fucking dirty.
That's why they call him Filthy Frank. That's the original West Side Dust Head, my guy. Come on.
One of my baby mother's families is the police, and the other one I just found out is a Crip.
So because she has military and police in her family, allegedly, you haven't shown us any proof that anybody in her family is police and military. I haven't heard her say it. She could have, but me personally, I haven't heard her say that.
Not a damn time.
I've never heard any of them say that they had police or military in their families. That automatically makes them guilty. See, you're connecting dots that aren't there. Like, because you did the same thing with your bodyguard, Rick Ross. Rick Ross made a song called Freemason. My bodyguard used to work for Rick Ross. Freemasons.
Now, Dario, let me stop you right there. What do you guys think of Rashad Jamal aside from his court case? The Negro is a pervert. Right, there is no getting past that.
Yeah, let's not change the subject, because that's going to be a whole other topic.
Yeah, and I did a whole live on Rashad Jamal and his little cult following. And the amount of people that follow Rashad Jamal that's got violent mental issues is disturbing. Let's just put it that way.
The only thing we can really say about him is we saw his rap sheet. The nigga has the rap sheet of Freddy Krueger. I've said this a million times. Shout out to Jaded. He has the rap sheet of Freddy Krueger. There's at least 5 to 10 assaults with deadly weapons, at least 4 or 5 attempted murders, and at least 15 to 20 domestics.
Yeah.
So and then it's more than one child. That's all. That's my opinion on it.
2 counts.
Yeah.
Do you find any truth in what he said? There's a little bit of truth in what all they said, what all of them say, because they steal it from other people.
Right.
They listen, they regurgitate, sometimes not very accurately, and then they no. Rashad Jamal said that we gonna go ahead and get back on Pharaoh because Rashad Jamal is a whole topic in and of himself.
But what I was saying is it's the same thing as when he was trying to connect the dots with the Freemason stuff.
Everybody has our attention, Dario. You ain't got to sit up here and say provide shit
Don't even
to get it to you.
Don't even do it. We need whatever. Yeah, it's the same thing though, sis. It's like when he tried to connect the dots with the Freemason, Rick Ross, and Little Dirk has a friend named Jay Money, and Jay Money hang with Richard Boo's cousin. So that means it's the same scenario because her family allegedly has military, and it could be some family that's like 15 cousin removed on her daddy's side by marriage. Cousin she ain't got no connection to. He's just connecting dots that ain't there. And even if that was the case, she had family that was police and military, that doesn't automatically makes them guilty of helping her do what you're accusing her of. Because like I said, there will be a paper trail. Is that your way of explaining around the paper trail that you're not showing? Oh, they had the cops and the FBI. That's why ain't no paper trail. What? I hope that's not what he's trying to do.
What?
And I'm not.
Because we keep asking, where's the paper? You keep saying they stole your money, they took credit cards, they opened land and did this. Where's the paper trail? So I hope him saying she had the FBI and her family that was police help her, and that's why the paper trail isn't there. I hope that's not what he's trying to say.
9 times out of 10, bro, that's what he's trying to say.
I know. I keep setting myself up.
Not, making fun of nobody if you a Crip or a Blood, because no disrespect, I don't want to fuck with neither one of y'all motherfuckers. But long story short, the point is, I just found out 3 weeks ago that I got 2 daughters by somebody that's a Crip. And that is how much her family lied to me about her and how much she lied to me about her family. So I just want to say this, right?
All right, now y'all all heard him say that he just found out 3 weeks ago, right? He said 3 weeks ago, right? That her that she's a Crip, right?
He been saying that mess for months.
3 weeks ago. Let's hear what he had to say. Let's hear what he had to say an hour before that. A couple hours before or after he did this video. When he found out. Let's look at this real quick.
I gotta make this video cordial because my funky ass BM keep flagging it. T Davis. Do not believe her. She did not come up being independent. That bitch is a liar. Her and her family been stealing my money for years. I never gave her $1. I never proposed to her to marry her. I've been asking her to get the fuck out of my house for years. She got slits on her left arm if you go look, because she used to slit her fucking wrist when I used to tell her to get out. She's a liar. Her and her family been stealing my money for years, opening up fake credit cards, all kind of shit. FBI done already came to my house. She's a liar and a thief, and stop listening to her. And she about to get blue, and her family about to get blue. And there's some thieves. There's some dirty California bums. I just found out there was some dusty Crips a week ago, and I don't care. California bums. I just found out there was some dusty Crips a week ago, and I don't. California bums. I just found out there was some dusty Crips a week ago, and I don't.
I found out there was some dusty Crips a week ago. Now let's go back to what the fuck he just said here on Sinetta, because this is the same exact day. These videos were made in around the same time frame, same day, about an hour or two apart from each other,
something like that. Yeah.
And how much she lied to me about her family. So I just want to say this, right? By somebody that's a Crip, and that is, long story short. Your point is, I just found out 3 weeks ago that I got 2 daughters by somebody. Your point is, I just found out 3 weeks ago that I got 2 daughters by somebody that's a Crip.
How many times you gonna flip flop, nigga?
The lies.
It just flip flopping. You're flip flopping times, dates, who drugged you, when they drugged you, how they drugged you. You can't stay with the same story. He's never stayed with the same story. Now, if your story stayed consistent, half of my argument would be gone. But you can't even stay consistent in your story. Half of my argument will be gone. If you could just stick to one fucking story, one
Him
solid
can't do that.
story, and you can't do it to save your life. Oh, about a week ago.
And that is how much her family lied to me about her and how much she lied to me about her family. So I just want to say this, right? Because I sent Sinetta the video, but we ain't even got to play the video. I'm going to just address the things that was said. My baby mother did not have no jobs. And I'm not making fun of her. I'm not making fun of her. Because if I'm the breadwinner and I'm talking to a woman that makes less than me personally, I'm not the type of man that's going to be like, everything you got is because of me. I'm not going to hold it over your head. But at least respect the fact that that is a benefit, right? Even if I'm talking to a woman who doesn't even like me and she just strictly say, I'm only talking to you for the money. Cool. But at least respect the fact that I'm coming with the money. Now, why is this important? When I met my baby mother,
Oh shit. My bad.
About my daughter's mom, she was working and she just strictly say, I'm only talking to you for the money. Cool. But at least respect the fact that I'm coming with the money. Now, why is this important?
But you didn't have money when, or if he's talking about Golden Beauty, that's a different story. But you didn't have money when you was with Camille. You left Camille when you got the money. Camille brought you home, worked 2 jobs to keep that apartment. You started getting popular. You moved what's the face in? And Camille left the apartment and gave it to you. And you left that apartment in her name and $3,000 in debt.
Mm-hmm.
When I met my baby mother, talking about my daughter's mom, she was working at Target, man. That's the truth. She was working.
You just said she never had flip-flopping. Again, you just said she never had a job and then said when you met her, she had a job.
Everybody had a job but him.
Everybody.
At Target. She quit her job. Why did she quit her job? Because I was getting money. And I asked her, I said, do you want to be a housewife?
Pause for a second.
He never asked her or gave her the option to be a housewife. He
When they met, she was in Cali and he was in New York. So she had to quit to go live with him.
Right.
Yeah, that's right, Quaz. Middle school dropouts they ain't qualified for much.
Exactly. You still need to go get a school pass to get a job.
And he don't
remember that shit?
He doesn't.
Remember that shit back in high school? You had to get that blue slip from the school.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like, but the fact that you say she never had a job and then turn around and say when I met her, she was working at Target. That right there, it takes away your whole argument because you're lying from the very beginning.
All that boy do is lie.
All right, now you starting to get on my nerves, bro. What am I going to talk about the gods for, bro? Like, what am I going to say that has not already been said?
Man, you missed the first half of that spiel.
I'm gonna answer this one time. I know. That's why I say it's starting to get on my nerves now. I'm gonna answer this one time. I wonder, what am I going to say about the gods that isn't already on the internet? Thank you.
Do you want to keep working your job or do you want to run a business? She said she wanted to be a housewife. Now, when I met my daughter's mom, I was already talking to 3-4 different women. Sinetta will tell you, I didn't put up down there with Sinetta with 2-3 women. So I said that to say I'm tired of this false narrative of I was cheating or I was doing this. When my baby mother met me, she knew that I was polygamous. I was already talking to more women than her. When I met my son's mom at 17 years old, the first thing I told her was, I'm polygamous and you're a Christian, and we're not going to work. And we stopped talking. Never had sex with my son's mom. Never had sex with. And first thing
how did we jump to her?
When I met my this false narrative of I was cheating or I was doing this.
Bro, you know this is so random.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to see how the transaction went.
Down there with Sinetta with 2
transition.
So
transition.
I just say it's I'm tired of this false narrative of I was cheating or I was doing this. When my baby mother met me, she knew that I was polygamous. I was already talking to more women than her. When I met my son's mom at 17 years old, the first thing I told her was, I'm polygamous and you're a Christian, and we're not going to work. And we stopped talking. Never.
Okay, I see what you're doing. You're trying to excuse the fact that you use Camille, and when you got with your money, you pretty much left her. And
ain't no pretty much about that.
Yeah, with Golden Beauty, like, bro,
he basically brought Golden Beauty in and forced her out.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is, you don't understand how this is making you look to your kids. Look at what you're saying about their mothers. You're basically telling your kids that I didn't fuck with your mothers. They were just jump offs to me.
So basically, YP is a thought pocket.
Exactly. That's basically what you're describing. You're not describing a gentleman. You're not describing a man. You're describing a fucking child who just wants to dip his wink in anything that he can, and he'll use you if he broke. That's what you're describing. You're describing somebody who sees his child's mothers as jump offs, as objects. They were nothing to you from the very. That's what you're describing. You're describing your child's mother being nothing to you. And then you just told us that you never had sex with Camille, a woman you have a child with.
Never had sex with my son's mom. Never had sex with my son's mom until I got out of jail. So all of this narrative that she talking about, she held me down and did a bed. I got a bag right here, 60-pound bag.
Just because y'all didn't have sex until after you got out of jail doesn't mean that she wasn't there. That does not prove that she wasn't there for the bid. She was there to pick you up. She obviously had some type of connection to you while you was in there. She knew when you was getting out.
Don't forget, they was cupcaked up in them prison photos.
That's what I was getting to next. And you got at least 40 pictures of y'all taking pictures while you in jail. And she's wearing different outfits. There's different people there. You're wearing different outfits.
But look at this part right here. We know that dudes will sit up here and tell chicks anything so they'll send them some money in jail. We know that. Yeah, but he knew her before. Exactly. He knew her before. He got knocked, and then she was out there going to see him. So I can't with him. That's why I don't with him, because he said
he did. He said he did. I think he talks about the day he met her. He said her friend or something came up to him and said, "My friend want to holler at you."
But all of those
had to have known each other. But you had to have known each other, though. But go ahead.
Yeah, all of those are variations on the story he told. We'd have to get the real story from somebody else, and I think Camille already told us.
Richard told us too.
Yeah, so it's like,
yeah. And the thing about it is, in order for her to even know that you were in jail and find a way to get in contact with you, that means that you guys had some communication, and she knew the people you around got you. Yeah, there's no way she's gonna know how to get in contact with you in jail without prior knowledge of you before going to jail. If I said that right.
Mm-hmm. Camille is not of the era of caking up jailhouse booze.
Right. Conjugal visits. Yeah. Conjugal visits. Can't wait to Saturday. Conjugal visits. No more 3-inch class. I'm about to tax that ass. Y'all remember that shit?
I
Where
stud you.
Cedric the Entertainer made that joke about Rick James writing 1,000 songs.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
Yo.
Rick wrote 1,000 songs. I can picture Rick in jail. Conjugal visit.
Bag, legal mail, all of that. I have my first letter from my son's mom, which I got in 2014. And do you know what that letter said? Hey, I'm losing weight. Whoopty whoopty whoop. Now, why is this important? She reached out to me. Why is that important?
Why
You
is
know
that
what?
important? You know why it's
Pause.
important? Because why would she just mention that she's losing weight if she didn't have prior conversation
know
with you
what?
about her weight? You just told on yourself.
Ever since YP got with Golden, he been calling Camille, excuse my language, a fat bitch. Ever since he got with Camille, when he first had them there, they was beautiful queens for about a week, and then Camille was a fat bitch. I ain't calling her that. I'm just repeating what YP said. So, you know, every time he want to sit up here and try to distance himself from the fact that he was with a big girl. Bruh, you wouldn't still be living and breathing if you wasn't with that big girl, because she was feeding, clothing, and housing your behind.
And look, somebody said it in the chat. So you're a womanizer.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said it in the chat. So I told you what you're describing is you being a fucking womanizer. That's it. But you know why that's important? That why would she say that? Why would she just randomly write you her first letter and be like, I'm losing so much weight? Why would she say that in her first letter? If you had no prior conversation to that.
Because he's steady trying to run this narrative that Camille is a bigger girl, but she ain't fat.
How would she, but you still telling on yourself, because how would she know you want her to lose weight if you never
wasn't talking to her before
that? Yeah. You telling on yourself. You's an idiot. You bury your own stories. And that's the thing about it. I don't have to do much to prove that he's lying. He does it.
Oh, and let's not forget this 60-pound bag worth of legal documents.
Mm-hmm. And Camille, they're not that big. Camille
she ain't that big. Camille on the thicker side, but she ain't morbidly obese or no shit like that. Plus, she bigger bone. You can tell by looking at her.
With a turkey. With a turkey. Gobble, gobble.
But you know, either way you go, there's
Camille,
no.
if you watching, half my chat got a crush on you. Half the men in my chat got a crush on you. He said Camille got the breaks.
At the end of the day, there was no reason for him to disparage his baby mother like that.
Right. There's no reason.
She wasn't even on the internet at that point.
There's been so much shit that I could, you know, if I wanted to go the drama route, I could have a whole bunch of fucking, you know,
look,
my shit would be
was
lit.
There. I was there. So I'm going to tell you exactly how that shit went down. Boom. That picture came up of all of them at the beach. Let's not forget Yogini. Okay. So Pharaoh was talking to Camille. Pharaoh started going on the internet after the Sandra Bland shit. Sandra some kind of way, not the Sandra, YP some kind of way got in touch with Yogini.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got in touch with Golden. Then he brought all three of these women together, and Camille was like, nigga, I'm not having this shit.
Right. And then when she left,
forced her, and let's not forget the main point, he forced her out her own damn house.
Right.
That she was paying for.
When she left, and Golden and Yogini decided to leave, she actually wanted to blaming that on Golden Beauty. See, everything is everybody else's fault. Even though there's a text message that Golden Beauty has shown where you smacked her in the face or punched her in the face, whatever you did to hit her in her face. It only took one time for Yogini to get you to hit her and her to pack her shit and go back to Canada.
Yogini dipped out fast.
And you blamed it on Golden Beauty because you didn't want nobody to know that she left because you hit her.
Mm-hmm. Domestic violence perpetrator.
I have the screenshot of the text messages where Yogini is texting Golden Beauty saying, I can't believe he hit me in the face.
Whoop-de-whoop. Now, why is this important? She reached out to me. Why is that important? If you was holding me down on the bed, you would have never had to reach out to me because you would have already been talking to me. If you was sending me money and holding me down on the bed, you would have never had to reach out to me because we would have already been in contact. So let's put a name on it. If Jocelyn McIntyre would have never told my son's mom to get in contact with me, we would have never been in contact. So she's capping about how we met, and she's capping about the entirety of our relationship. And now my daughter mom is capping. And the reason I don't like the reason I have to address it is because you would allow the world to think that I just woke up one day and went crazy, and that's not what happened. So like,
and you know what's crazy? You started all this. You started going at them, and then you came out of the blue talking about they drugged you.
At
When
first,
you lost,
nobody had a YouTube channel but him.
this is what it was. You lost the battle, and so you thought that saying that they drugged you was going to help you gain some footing, gain some ground, but it didn't. It just made you look crazy because neither one of them were even there. You kicked Golden Beauty out. Camille was all the way up in New York, but you claim they was setting you up the whole time. They didn't even want to fuck with you. Camille was ignoring you. You were complaining that they won't answer the phone.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm setting you up, I'm going to need to stay by you to make sure everything goes correctly. Neither one of these women wanted to be anywhere near you. What type of sense does it make for you to set somebody up and not be near them to make sure everything goes correctly? Who the fuck you think these women are? The mafia? Doing hits from out of state? They the mob and he Jimmy Hoffa.
Like I said, no, I didn't press charges on them, even though I should. But even in me giving them that much humility, they still don't want to give me the respect of saying, you know what? We just tried to do our baby father dirty, and he still ain't pressed charges on us. FBI.
Bro, this is fucking amazing that he really feels this way, yo. He's really saying, you know, we should be grateful that he tried to fucking what the fuck is that word? Defame us all through YouTube, and we're supposed to throw ourselves under the bus to save his career, even though we have nothing to do with anything that he did. We weren't even in the picture, and you're expecting them to be, you know. And then the fact that you keep saying you're not going to press charges is all the proof that we need that they did nothing to you. I don't give a fuck if it's my baby mom or not. You steal all my money and I'm homeless, you're going to jail.
Basically.
Who in their right mind would let somebody steal or claim that somebody stole all millions of dollars from them, and then they're living their best life, and that person is living on the streets, but that person doesn't want to press charges to get his money back and prove that they did it? Come on now. Make that make sense.
Keo Naps
TV, what's up, Keo?
Yeah, I already pulled up, and we won't even admit that this nigga is not making this shit up. He's not crazy. So I have to be humble on their behalf because they won't do it. So what happened was this. My daughter's mother.
Getting an LLC for your business doesn't have to look like this. Just Google LLC
Hold
Taylor
on,
Brands.
wait.
It's totally easy.
He has to be humble on their behalf.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he really thinks that like he's doing them a favor. He believes he's doing them a favor. That's what I meant by what I just said. He believes he's doing them a favor.
Crandaton, peace and welcome. Yeah, you can't be calling yourself young with a pushback hairline like that. I agree.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's crazy. You shouldn't be calling yourself young anything 25 and up. 30 and up. I get 25 cool. 30 and up. You young should not be in your name.
Love son. Hey love. Say Yogini is on YouTube. Her channel is The Winged Alchemist.
Oh, we're gonna check that out. Well, let me write that down. Let me get that in the joint real quick before I forget. Because if I can get in contact with her to get her side of the story, it's a wrap.
9 times out of 10, she's not gonna talk.
Well, it's still worth a try. But
Yeah,
I
try, but she's really private. She might have changed her mind, but we reached out to her a couple of times years ago, and she would not respond.
I found her. She only got 2,000 subscribers.
I don't think she been on. Has she been on YouTube long?
I don't know. We're gonna check her out. Yep, that is her.
On us. FBI already pulled up, and we won't even admit that this nigga is not making this shit up. He's not crazy. So I have to be humble on their behalf because they won't do it. So what happened was this. My son's mother.
What is humble about this?
Nothing.
He said I gotta be humble on their behalf. I didn't catch it at first when you was saying, did he just say humble? I didn't get what you mean all the way, but now I get it. What the fuck is humble about this? What's so humble about this? Being humble about it is just shutting the fuck up and taking the L. That's humble.
That boy ain't got a humble bone in his body.
Right.
My daughter's mother told me years ago stories about her family that may or may not be true. I never brought them up online. Ain't nobody seen me bring them shits up online. I always kept it personal. But she knows, okay, that she used to tell me her family used to abuse her. Now, I'm not making fun of my daughter's mom, but I'm bringing this up because I don't want this shit. I have to be humble on their behalf because they won't do it. So,
hey, Mr. Switchy.
My son's mother, my daughter's mother told me years ago stories about her family that may or may not be true. I never brought them up online. Ain't nobody seen me bring them shits up online.
Y'all heard what he just said, right? He never brought it up online. Nobody ever seen him bring it up online, right? Y'all heard that, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard it.
That's what he said.
Who's that?
Methiana.
Appreciate the donation. I ain't seen nothing, but if you did, I appreciate it.
Oh no, that's just $5, family. That's what Sinetta say all the time. Just
I was ready to say,
family. Just $5.
I thought you were saying I just donated $5.
Got Remy looking at the cash.
Yeah, I'm looking like I didn't get no alerts, but if you did, thank you. But if anybody wants to support the channel, the cash app right there. But y'all all heard him say it, right? Nobody heard him say it online.
See you later, love son.
The fuck is your problem?
Well, I ain't gonna shut the fuck up, bitch.
Here we go.
Motherfucker, hurry up and say what the fuck you gotta say.
Listen.
No other bullshit.
Listen to me.
Around the corner, bitch.
I don't want to say your real name, but whoever just sent that donation, I appreciate it.
Thank you,
kindly. Thank you kindly. I could definitely use that shit right now.
You gay? You a dyke? You a dyke? Are you a dyke? Are you a dyke?
Hold up. Let's start from the beginning.
Daughter said.
Oh, wrong one.
Your daughter said it though. So why are you yelling at? Why are you as a grown woman? Listen, why are you?
You ain't never sold dope. Wait a goddamn minute.
Listen, why are you as a grown woman calling my phone? Why are you as a grown woman calling my phone trying to curse me out over something your daughter said? Your daughter said it though. So why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me? Because
Now. Remember how many times he said you bitch ass nigga? That's one.
She said because your bitch ass repeated it.
Oh, Carolina kid, that's you. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. That's one. But notice who's holding the camera, who's recording. Because he said he never put it online or talked about it online. Nobody's ever seen him do it online. Well, how do I have a video from your channel of you recording yourself arguing with her mother about what Global Booty said? Make that make sense. But that's kind of how many times she called him a bitch ass nigga, because she gonna say he called her a white boy a couple times, and you never hear it.
because you're not a mature adult. Because you're not a mature adult. You're not a mature adult. Yeah, because yes. No, it's not about it being funny. If your daughter tell me that her brother, I don't want them around them. I don't want my kids. I don't want my kids around you or your son. What part of that don't you understand? Excuse me, repeat that.
When did she tell you that? When you was in New York?
Listen to me. If you would shut the fuck up, I'm about to tell you, but if you would shut the fuck up and stop yelling and let me get.
That is his favorite phrase when somebody say he's something he don't like. Would you shut the fuck up and let me talk?
Exactly. But you know,
if you would shut up, I could tell you.
And what I pointed out yesterday, you notice he's dancing around the question.
Thank you, love son.
You know he's dancing around the question.
I'll send Remy his half.
I was gonna say, what the fuck did I do? What'd she do? I'm looking for the thing. Like,
she sent a PayPal.
Oh, I'm looking for the
I'll
thing.
send it to you after the live stream, because I gotta link I gotta go get my card out the truck and link it to my Cash App.
Oh, that's cool. I was looking at the chat trying to figure out what she said. I thought she might have said something.
Nah, she you know, you can put a message on PayPal.
Transfers. Okay.
Yeah, so she sent it and said y'all can split that.
Oh, all right.
A word in, I'll tell you exactly what she told me. The fuck is your problem?
Oh, pause.
Here we go.
Look,
this is totally pause for a second. This is totally off topic, but you heard Killer Mike got arrested last night.
Yeah, how you win 3 Grammys and still go to jail? That's a blatant slap in the face.
Simple battery. They said it was some kind of altercation. So somebody came up and fucked with him probably, and then they're gonna arrest him, or like they do, call the police and say somebody hit me.
That's fucked up. And it seems like
it's like, why you gonna do that when that man won 3 awards?
It's like they're trying to make an example out of him for Will Smith. We don't care if you won any awards. Next one of you niggas that act up in one of our functions, you're going to jail.
But we don't even know what happened. Somebody could have came up on him.
That's just my theory on it right now.
After the album that came up, that looked mad suspicious.
Yeah, that's fucking corny.
Have you listened to Killer Mike album?
Nah, I didn't even know he dropped one.
It's all about apologizing for his past, uplifting people. Go listen to it. Down by Law is hard as fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it after this. I didn't even know he dropped the album until this. A humiliation ritual. That's what Hassan Campbell would say. I'm old. I don't do Cash App.
Oh my God.
Hey, I found out about Cash App a couple years ago. I'm in my 30s.
My neighbor is at it again.
What?
That damn song.
No.
Say what the fuck you gotta say.
Listen to me. You gay? You a dyke? You a dyke? Are 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 you a dyke? Oh, you mad? Oh my God, you mad? You mad? You mad? Listen to me. If you
I've
Pause.
heard him call him a
These
faggot ass bitch, a bitch.
pause.
This,
These
never a
are
white bitch.
classic gaslighting tactics. You gonna work her up and then say, "Oh, you mad now? Oh, you mad now?"
That's what I was
Man,
trying to
go
say
on somewhere with
yesterday.
that
He says
BS.
some shit to trigger her, and then be like, "Look how she acts. Look how black women act. Look how black people act." Bro, come on, bro.
But he won't let her complete a full sentence without triggering her.
You heard it, you Quaz? She called him a faggot.
When he started calling, he called her a dyke about 4 times, and then she just, "Are
She
you a?
called him a
Are you
faggot.
a?"
And now I'm not being derogatory towards this. I'm just stating what she
Repeating
said.
what was said.
Repeating what was said.
dyke, are you a dyke? Are you a dyke? Are you a dyke? Oh, you mad? Oh my God, you mad?
I'm sorry, Gold Booty Mom. You called me that. We got to fight. That hurt
Yeah,
my
but look at
pride.
what he was calling her before.
I know. I'm just it's a joke.
Don't
I'm just
throw
saying
stones.
that hurt my pride. that
He
hurt
got
my
butt
pride.
hurt. Oh, you mad, huh? Nah, you mad.
Yo, you get into an argument with a woman and she called you a ass bitch, a agate ass bitch. Oh,
She told him he got more flavors than a bag of Skittles. Yeah,
Lord have
Mr.
mercy.
Switchy.
Lord have mercy.
You mad? You mad? Listen to me. If you don't,
All right, look, we get the point of that. We don't want to keep letting this man disrespect this woman all through YouTube. Y'all get the point. He said he never. I'll go back.
I always kept it personal. Stories about her family that may or may not be true. I never brought them up online. Ain't nobody seen me bring them shits up online. I always kept it personal.
Zatarain zesty.
Okay.
What?
Man's in the chat say he's Zatarain zesty.
Y'all niggas, y'all got the funniest chat ever.
That she used to tell me her family used to abuse her. Now, I'm not making fun of my daughter's mom, but I'm bringing this up because I don't want this shit rolling back up on me. My daughter's mom has cuts on her wrist. I didn't do that. 90% of them shits was there before she came to me. Now, why is this important?
Now,
Wait a minute. You just said she cut her wrist because you kicked her out.
Listen, these are all deflection tactics. If Golden does have cuts on her wrist, some kind of way he put them motherfuckers down.
No,
that's what I believe. If she even has cuts on her wrist,
he just literally said, "Hold on." You walking around with your bra on in the back.
Oh, I thought you was talking to me. I was gonna say what I did.
I was talking to my wife.
Sis, put some clothes on.
He just said that earlier that the cuts on her wrist come from him kicking, wanting her to leave. She cut her wrist whenever he asked her to leave. Now you saying that the cuts came from before y'all was together. Flip-flopping again. Dirty gumbo zesty. Jambalaya rice zesty. Yo, this nigga funny as shit.
Yeah, Hakeem, that is true.
Now. What do you say? Oh my.
You say, oh my. When one of your baby mama's mama call you zesty, chances are YP is zesty.
He said Cajun crab boiled zesty.
Taste the rainbow, bitches.
Cajun crab boiled zesty. Zesty fried rice. Y'all niggas is funny. Y'all niggas is
Zest
crazy.
is real. Zesty fee.
I used to ask my daughter's mom to get the fuck out. She used to start doing it. She used to start either cutting herself or she would start saying she don't want to be with her family because they're abusive. So I said to say this. I never abused that girl. All I did was give her ass money and the same shit I'm telling anybody daughter in the world. Don't you?
You never be. Wait, first of all, my first question
DG.
is what the fuck? My DG, what's up? My first question is what the fuck does that have to do with anything? And number 2.
Wait a minute.
You never abused her? Never?
Right here is about how I am gonna whoop my daughter's mother's ass next time I see her. I don't care what anybody says.
Crystal, get out the window.
Y'all gotta play that one more time?
Right here is about how I am gonna whoop my daughter's mother's ass next time I see her. I don't care what anybody says.
Didn't you give her 3 good lefts? 3-piece with nuggets,
Nancy,
all flats? Barbecue
You
sauce
must not
on
have
top?
been around for a while. Where the zesty claims coming from? Him pouring Sprite on himself, the constant howls, the shaking his chest like a female. What else? I'm missing something.
Look, this is where it all started. Let's just go back to this. This is where it started.
White people, I'm about to turn up in it. Look at me. I got weed up in this motherfucker. A knife up in this motherfucker. Where them shrooms go? Some shrooms up in this bitch. Wait a minute. I'm about to get lit in this bitch.
I'm not sure how loud that is. So if y'all hear some random grunting in the background, it's Crystal.
All right. So it started with that day. He got high, embarrassed himself. And when the black community wasn't feeling it, he flipped and lied and said he was drugged. And then that story evolved into what we see today. First it was, I wasn't high. I never did drugs. And then when that video dropped of him holding a bag of shrooms up and everybody confirming that he was high off mushrooms, he said he was drugged. And that evolved into what we see today. My bodyguard took my gun. He said,
get out the window.
Hey, Keo, you gotta flick your screen when you say it. My bodyguard. He said, flick my gun. You gotta flick the screen when you say it.
To leave out that house and do nothing that's gonna have the police come into this motherfucker or have some niggas come into this motherfucker. Period. All I ever did was ask him to stay out of trouble. Other than that, period. Now, boom. My son's
That's all you
mother.
did?
I mean,
Period.
my daughter's
Now,
mom,
boom.
her mom knew and still knows I'm polygamous. Now, why is this important? Her and her family have never fucked with me. Okay? I've been a nerd and all kinds of shit. A white boy. I can't even say the words on here. So that's right. That's right.
Yo, that is crazy though, Max. Now that you think about it, you've never even seen a nigga with chopsticks. You never seen him read no Chinese literature, no Korean literature, no type of Asian literature, period. You never see him eating Asian food. You never see him around no Asians, but he claimed that they rock with him oh so badly. You're right, Max. I definitely never thought about that.
That's right. I apologize. That's right. Check me. I can't even say the words that they have called me throughout this.
Wait, what'd he say?
Her and her family have never fucked with me. Okay? I've been a nerd and all kinds of shit. A white boy. I can't even say the words on here. So that's right.
He's been a nerd and a white boy, right? Now let's go back to this argument. Listen to the name she's calling him. All the names she called him. Listen to all the names she's calling him. And tell me, do you hear nerd and white boy in there?
Listen to me. If you would shut the fuck up, I'm about to tell you, but if you would shut the fuck up and stop yelling and let me get a word in, I'll tell you exactly what she told me. The fuck is your problem?
I ain't gonna shut the fuck up, bitch.
Here we go.
Motherfucker, hurry up and say what the fuck you gotta say.
Listen.
No other bullshit.
Listen to me.
Around the corner, bitch.
You gay? You a dyke? You a dyke? Are 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 you a dyke? Oh, you mad? Oh my God, you mad? You mad? You mad? Listen to me. If you don't stop yelling on my phone and act like a grown ass woman. If you don't stop yelling on my phone and act like a grown ass woman, I'm not going to talk to you. Act like an adult. Act like an adult. How is I'm a bitch ass nigga and I turned your daughter to a millionaire?
Now, you've heard him call her out his name and him out his name, him out his name several times.
Yep.
How many times did you hear white boy or nerd?
Not
I
one.
heard one main thing that you can clearly see that she calls him all the time.
Bitch ass nigga.
Thank you. Look at God. I don't know why I said that. He called him Gerbel T-Fat.
Angle we didn't think of. He
What?
was trying to trigger her and make her go off, so she was trying to trigger him and make him go off.
Mm-hmm. That's what it could be. They were trying to trigger each other, or they just triggered by each other.
Yeah, she probably triggered because he been doing all that mess.
You could tell she never liked him from the beginning. That's one thing I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the parts. That's the only part. One of the only parts of the story I do believe is that she never liked that nigga from the beginning, and mothers know.
Hey, look, she could tell he was sus.
Yeah, she knew that nigga was. She was 18, just turned 18, and you come out of nowhere trying to be a sugar daddy.
When a grown behind man
Move her out of state.
Get a practical child to be his woman.
Basically, you groomed her. Who knows if y'all was talking before she turned 18? You groomed her. You already admitted to being in a relationship with a 13-year-old at age 17, 18. He was 17 or 18. We already
that's that Ashley Thompson chick, right?
Yup. You out your own mouth admitted to being in a relationship with the 13-year-old, and your excuse was her mother lied. I have never ever in the world seen a woman lie about her daughter's age to get her to be with a fucking groomer. This ain't the fucking 1930s.
Yep, Golden Mama probably tried to tell her YP was full of shit.
Yeah, this sounds like a groomer to me. This ain't the 1930s where they be handing their 12-year-old daughters off to bachelors and shit. This ain't those days, nigga. I've never heard of that.
The words that they have called me throughout the years. Now, boom. Like I said, if you ain't into what I'm into, like I said,
he say he got 2 Otten totem poles in his.
You ain't got to abuse me, Jesus, please. But I said to say this: they have been secretly opening up credit cards in my name and stealing my money from my universities. Yes,
not the jelly shoes.
Yes, they've been running the train on.
Can you? He said they was running a train on his university, but can you give us a paper trail? Some type of paper trail.
Wait. The Otten University been closed down for over a year. That money is probably in some kind of hold account because everybody flagging the daggone app. He ain't got a payment from that shit in forever.
The only way you would know that they were opening credit cards in your name is if you got a bill, which is a paper trail, or your university said that. It will be some type of paper trail. Where's the paper trail proving that they did this?
It will be redirecting funds, and you would have it right there, but you don't. So we know you full of shit.
You know what's crazy? You're giving us details about everything that has nothing to do with it, but you're not giving us details on how they did it, when they did it, how were they able to access this stuff. You're not giving no details on any of that shit. It's just they stole it. They took money from my university. They opened up credit cards. But where's the proof?
He doesn't feel like he has to show any proof.
Exactly.
I mean, financially, they've been okay. Like I said, I don't want to get in start on here, but if I gotta go to Cali and ask who the big homie Crip is, I will do that because I need my money back. But I found out my baby mother is a Crip 3 weeks ago, and he's done.
Did he say he would go to the big homie Crip in Cali? Nigga. You wouldn't even do nothing with them niggas in New York. Them 3 niggas in New York that ran up on you. What the fuck you gonna do against the half of a state?
Crystal.
Half the state Crips, half the state Bloods in some type of gang. And them gangs ain't small, nigga. The Crips, what nigga? Listen to what this nigga saying, bro. First of all, you have no weapons. You don't have a gun. You can't travel with the gun. Like, how are you going to do all this with no weapons? He's supposed to walk up to one of the biggest gang leaders in California, allegedly, and press him about some money with no weapons, no nothing.
That ain't happening. How you gonna roll up on them? You know what?
Quaz, I've been trying to save it, but get out the bowl. I'm trying to save it for less and less. Do it like 1, 2, 3 times, maybe top.
Quit breathing in my face.
I've been itching to say it the whole damn live. Get out the bowl.
Dusty Crips from where she from and her mama have been secretly stealing my money. Okay, along with these dusty Muslims, they have been secretly stealing my money, opening up credit cards in my name.
So the Muslims, the Crips, your baby moms, the FBI, Golden Beauty, Rick Ross, Little Dirk. Oh, no, the Jews too. It's 7 people. You didn't have that much money for 7 people to 7 different groups, not people, 7 different groups. How much money did you think you had?
He thought that money wasn't never gonna stop coming in.
Yeah, how much money did you think you had, bro? You bought that. You said you paid $2.5 million, right? You bought that house. We saw you buy cars, jewelry, clothes, apartments for women. We watched you spend that money. You bought trucks, LLCs. What are you talking about? You only had $1 million or $2 million. How would all these different people take your money? By the time one group is done taking your money, ain't gonna be nothing left for the next group. You telling me 7 different groups decide to split that little bit of money between all of them? Think about it, family. He was tricking. Yeah, he blew that money right in front of our faces. We watched him.
Opening up credit cards with my money, buying houses and property with my money, and they have been stealing my money. Damn near stole $1 million. Facts. So I didn't.
They damn near stole $1 million. 7 groups. So you know how much money that would be a piece?
Then don't forget he had 11 people in his house and he was feeding them all too.
Exactly. Bro, 7 different groups of people is not going to steal. Hold on. Go ahead. 7 groups of people are not going to agree to steal $1 million. 7 is not. I can see if it was just 7 people, but these are groups. And why would Little Dirk want to steal any of that? They have. If Little Dirk woke up with the money you had, he would shoot himself because he would have lost $20-something million. These niggas are in the double digits when it comes to million being a millionaire. What the fuck would they want to take money from you for? They have no reason or no connection to be anywhere in the vicinity of you. They don't even know who you are. What would they need to steal money from you for?
Man, he never specified the flavor of ramen. He was just fighting with a baby over it.
You just can't deal with the fact that you fell and Golden Beauty came up. It's eating at you. You can't deal with it. So you got to slander her and say, oh, they stole my money. That's how she got her house. No, nigga. We watched those people. We watched her followers help her. We watched them do it. They started the second you took that car away from her. And then took your name off the apartment, tried to get her kicked out. That's when they started helping her. You buying fucking jewelry off Canal Street.
I wasn't aware that they was doing this. And so because I have multiple bank accounts.
Cade is alive. You took my...
I ain't gonna lie, some of them Tubi movies be good as shit.
And then by the time I caught on,
it look like they shot off an iPhone, but some of them Jones be good. Some of them, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, some of them be good, but some of them just Lord.
Yeah.
And every single time one of my baby both doing this. And so because I have multiple bank accounts, so they was clipping me. And then by the time I caught on, they told me to come to Houston. And every single time, one of my baby, both of them, I don't trust.
Wait a minute. You didn't have that money until after you went. You got the big lump sum and then bought the house. And you didn't get the rest of the money until after Houston. And then it was your idea to move. You saying they convinced you to go to Houston. And I don't believe this Hawaii shit, because if you really wanted to go to Hawaii, you would have left and went to Hawaii right when you kicked Golden Beauty out. It was your idea to move. And let me get this straight. You caught on to them stealing out your bank account and still moved her with you down to Houston? I believe that's what he just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I caught on, they told me to come to Houston. And every single time, one of my baby, both of them, I don't trust neither one of them. Every single time, one of my baby mothers asked me to meet them somewhere, they are already multiple bank accounts. So they was clipping me. And then by the time I caught on, they told me to come to Houston. And every single time, one of my baby, both of them, I don't trust neither. So he's saying that he caught on before he moved to Houston. So you allegedly caught them stealing your money, but still decided to pack her up and take her to move with you and let her decide where y'all was gonna move. Make that make sense.
It don't.
One of them. Every single time one of my baby mothers asked me to meet them somewhere, they are already set up to try to rob me. Nigga, let's just start right there, because we addressed this yesterday, nigga. They never asked you to meet them anywhere. You the one who kept trying to get them to come to the hotel. What happened to them prostituting? You changed that up because you're saying this shit now. Before it was she was prostituting because you kept having to meet them when they finally exposed you for trying to get them to go to the hotel and tricking them to meet you at a hotel and trying to get some pussy in order for you to give them money for your kids. You started trying to say she was prostituting. Now you're saying they had you meet them places so they can rob you. Flip-flopping. My nigga, you kept forcing Golden Beauty to meet you in a hotel. You would tell her you got some money for her, and then you got to meet me at a hotel or a job for her or something like that. And Camille wouldn't fall for it the last time. When you tried it with Camille, she said, no, I'm not meeting you at a hotel. My son's mom just did it again in Buffalo, New York, on my son's birthday. The whole Blake Street was out there. My nigga Comfort pulled up. Yes, they keep trying to rob me. Every time they... Nah, nigga, you went up there, and we already discussed this yesterday too. You went up there trying to start problems, and they whooped your ass. They wasn't trying to rob you. You were there for your son's birthday party, and you got hype and thought that you were just gonna beat on Camille in front of her family, and they whooped your ass. Period. They tell me to come somewhere, they're trying to rob me. And then when the law enforcement shows up, they try to flip the script and say I'm abusing them when that is not true. Okay? So I've never put my hands on, no, I'm 30 years old. I've never had a domestic violence issue in my life.
So when he called Golden over to his house and then jumped on her, that wasn't a domestic violence incident? I'm confused.
Well, then we about to prove that wrong again. Just keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. I might have to fast forward a little bit too after this, because I think we went over this.
Probably. It's a lot of repetition in this shit.
Oh, wrong one. Hold up. Gotta let the commercial go by. Where is it at?
Where's what at?
Where the fuck is that video at? Oh, wait, here it is. Let me find the spot, though. There we go. There we go. He said he never had a domestic violence, and never put his, he 30 years old. He never put his hand on a woman a day in his life. And he never touched her, right?
The lies. You got the wrong man. It was Lil Fee from Guilford. I ain't with you.
Put my hands on women. Peace, family. This video right here is about why I had to punch Golden Beauty stupid ass on women.
One more time for those in the back who ain't. All right, shut up, Remy. God damn.
I do not put my hands on women.
Peace, family. This video right here is about why I had to punch Golden Beauty stupid ass. Hell yeah, I punched that bitch. Yup. And I ain't hit her full force, but I gave that bitch 3 good lefts for sure.
He said, that's all that needs to be said.
He said, I didn't hit her full force, but I gave her 3 good lefts.
I mean, and then we got this.
Right here is about how I am going to whoop my daughter's mother's ass next time I see her. I don't care what anybody says.
That's evidence right there. We take this into a court of law. That's evidence that from your own mouth that you beat her up.
And verbal threats is a thing, yo.
Yep. And let's not forget this right here too. Let's not forget this. More proof.
Hey, Kiara.
More proof. This is a
I love it.
This is a text message that Golden Beauty showed of her conversating with Yogini. And Yogini says, I can't believe he hit me in the face. Right here. This line right here. I really can't believe he hit me in my face. I've never experienced that before, and I promised that I would never.
Yeah. Yogini was brought up in a good home. This nigga, I'm leaving.
One time. That's proof right there. It only took one time for you to hit her. Gone. So for you to come up here and lie,
was gone so damn fast. You know what? Quit suspending belief for these fools. Y'all beat his baby mama. They put the pictures up. Didn't nobody want to believe it. YP, when this mess happened, they put the pictures up. Didn't nobody want to believe it. Oh, they wouldn't do that. These fine. You're sitting up here praising a bunch of domestic violence abusers.
Right. And the goddess Ayana said you bust a glass table over her back while she was pregnant.
Yep. And then don't forget he had that gun in that girl's face when he was going down that shroom hole.
You have a history of beating up women. You said you didn't fight outside of the ring. You're right. You didn't fight no men outside of the ring. You fought all women. Every fight that you had outside the ring was with a woman.
Problem is, and this is no disrespect to Pop Smoke, women keep trying to pop smoke me. They keep trying to rob me. That's what it is. And sadly, it is my baby mothers. And even though I did not push jail on them, even though I was just facing damn near 30 years in Texas for something I did not do, and we're going to get to that.
Again, I have video proof that you shot at Golden Beauty's house with your kids in the house. I have video proof of you making terroristic threats. I have video proof of the motherfucking lawyer, your own lawyer, was like, phew, sorry, Your Honor, there's so many terroristic threats. And he mentioned the video recording of the apartment manager recorded of you threatening to shoot the apartment complex up again if he didn't kick her out. So you did.
Remember he was calling up there threatening them folk if they didn't kick her out and all that other BS. See, ain't nobody got time for that.
So and then he'll say this shit like he didn't do it all publicly. Like he didn't do it all publicly. Oh, wait. Thank you for putting that up, Quaz. Thanks for putting that up, Quaz. Where is it at?
Told me, bro, like, and swung on me, Hotep. Woo! Now when she swung, when she swung, I hit her with the Muay Thai move. It's called a trip sweep. I just stepped back on her, and then when she was off balance, I just slightly kicked her ankle. Bah! So when I kicked her ankle, now she going down. Now she going down. Right. Now she 230 pounds going down. Now in my head, like, I cannot let this big ass girl blop on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Because if she just blop on that guy, I'm talking about, I didn't call her perfect. She didn't miss it. I kicked the ankle. She's going.
That's a lie, because she said she didn't even know whether you kicked or punched her, because as soon as she hit the floor, she was knocked out for a second. And when she came to, you was on top of her, punching her, calling her all types of fat bitches.
Down, nigga, it's up. Yeah. So I catch her. Pop. So now when I catch her, I'm breaking her fall. Right. Now, as I'm breaking her fall, and we not girls, you know what I'm saying? We not women. You know when you in high school and you see two bitches fight, and you got one bitch that's a hater, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna never accuse nobody of some shit they didn't do, but I'm about 95% sure that's what she was trying to do. So
as I can tell by the way he said,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna never.
We only gotta watch the whole thing. That's proof that you beat her up. You're describing the fight. You're describing the fight, nigga. You're describing beating her up.
So but he ain't never put his hands on a woman, though.
Never.
Drain. And even though they was going to feed me to this white man, I still kept them out of the system. And they don't even have enough respect for me to say, thank you for not putting our raunchy selves in jail.
Hold on for a second. It's not any more than proper. Who's she?
You get the way he talks about Camille bothers me, because you could tell that he was just using that woman from the get-go. Exactly. You want to sit up here and call her all kind of fat, nasty bitches, but she wasn't no fat, nasty bitch when she was feeding, clothing, and housing your ass. She wasn't no fat, nasty bitch when you was laying down in bed with her. You a fat, nasty bitch.
Exactly. Shout out to
not
React.
Camille.
I wouldn't even notice that he did that TikTok shit until I saw React. And I'm like, wait, he did something on TikTok? So shout out to React for that. But and you can tell by the way he talk, he just disrespects her way too easily. He never had any real feelings for her. You can tell it's too easy for him to make her look like she was nothing.
I mean, he is the original homosexual. Well, one of them anyway.
Right.
He just showing his homosexualness the more he talk.
Right.
They still want to keep running on with the rhetoric and making videos. I have to clear this up. Let's be clear. You might say, Pharaoh, why did you and your baby mothers fall out? Let's go from the top so y'all can understand. I never in my life was in a relationship.
Somebody in the chat said he is delusional. Does young Pharaoh have a college degree to be able to cheat? Let's read some of these songs.
Yeah.
He ain't a demon. Somebody did do something. Y'all know he brilliant. What? Does young Pharaoh have
him but him?
Yeah, he said, does young Pharaoh have a college degree to be able to teach? One thing about it, you have earned my trust. You have to earn my trust. That's well stated. Y'all two should be global, Si. Somebody else said he's delusional. Tell him to remain calm so he won't come off too strong. Peace, family. I gotta read these Jones like a robot because these motherfuckers is. Please be careful to all HOK guests. And somebody asked the same person that asked, didn't he have a CPA? How did they get your info?
Shit with Camille Carthon, my son's mother, until after my prison bid. And that relationship lasted maybe 30 days. So let's go down the whole story. I'm dead. I'm being serious.
He really said his relationship lasted 30 days. I forgot he said that. 30 days? It takes more than 30 days for to move to get the apartment. So you mean to tell me that makes it even worse? They mean to tell me that she picked you up from jail, got your apartment, and within 30 days you had already moved Yogini in and forced her out? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we know that's a lie.
But it's even worse than the truth.
Yeah.
You making yourself sound worse than the truth. You could have went with, we broke up. What the fuck?
He don't understand that,
you
bro.
making yourself
He
sound
think
so
he making
bad.
himself look better. But he
Yeah,
making himself look also worse.
Yeah, he think he really making himself look better. He's like he thought Asperger's. He don't know how to read the room.
Because he in his own head.
That's why I think he got Asperger's or something like that.
Because
Asperger's is no longer a classification; it's just on the spectrum.
That's what I said. I think remember I stated that before. I think he's on the fucking spectrum.
For other men. So women don't never want to tell what they was doing. So let's just be honest here. I met Camille Carthon when I was hustling in the street. I still remember what I had on. I had on some blue jeans and a white t-shirt. And my hair was in the ponytail. Yeah, my hair was in the ponytail. She put.
So you just flip-flopped again, nigga. You just said right before that you never had any contact with her and didn't know her before you went to jail. Now you're telling us that you met her when you was hustling on the street.
Right. See, and the fact that nobody calls him on these very obvious lies gives him the confidence to keep lying.
Lying. That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that nobody calls, I get what you I get what you mean. The fact that nobody calls it out and be like, wait a minute, bro, you just said that you didn't meet her until after you went to jail. Y'all didn't get together until after you went to jail or didn't start talking to her. But now you're describing meeting her before you went to jail.
Put up on me on Fox and Herman. I remember exactly where I was at. I was on Fox and Herman. She put up on me. She got a light-skinned friend who I'm not going to bring her name into it because she don't have nothing to do with our business. But she has a light-skinned friend. And her light-skinned friend was talking to a nigga that I was hanging with around the time. And she was like, I didn't pop out and come up to me. My son.
I don't want to hear this story.
Are you sick of having issues with your
time? Let's fast forward to some new shit because we heard this yesterday.
Because all we're going to be doing is arguing over that Bible. Then it's set up by Richard Booz Jr. August 3rd, 2012 by officers Michael Aquino in Hamilton to go to jail. 4 people there. The police only wrote it like I was there because Richard Booz Jr. had 2 guns. And I guarantee you, if the FBI...
If he, even like you keep saying he had 2 guns. How did they find a gun on you?
Because he had one on him.
Exactly. You can keep saying he had 2 guns. It was his guns. They found the gun on you. It does not matter.
Well, you can't be salty because
you keep claiming they saw you and not. Yeah, like you, the one who was wearing gloves in the middle of the goddamn summer.
Walking down the middle of the sidewalk. And you the one that took off running when you saw the cop car.
Exactly.
If you took off running,
the only one that got caught.
Yep. If you hadn't took off running, they wouldn't have never stopped you.
You feel as though because it was your gun, Richard was supposed to step up and say that, oh, it's my gun. And because he didn't do that, your brain automatically goes to he set me up. But he wound up doing 7 years after.
Anytime Pharaoh feels himself at the disadvantage, he gotta try to put somebody else in front of him.
Exactly. And throw somebody else under the bus. He points the finger at somebody else and blames it on somebody else. Everything. You ever notice that? And the one thing I want you guys to listen to the entire time, he doesn't take account. This whole entire story, you haven't heard this man take accountability for shit. Every single situation he has brought up, he's blamed it on somebody else. That's not a red flag to you? Goddamn, bro, you don't make no mistakes. You don't do nothing wrong. Everything is just everybody else's fault all the time. Nothing's ever your fault. That's a huge red flag. Sis, red flag, like what wave that motherfucker? Huge red flag.
He's
Not
salty
one
like
time
a
did he
Ritz.
say, what would you say?
I was just reading chat. Quan
Oh,
said he's salty like a Ritz cracker. No, Shadow said that.
And then Richard gave you a pass, let you breathe. They could have really did something to you in that store.
Yeah, they could have walked your ass right out and never been seen again.
They could have really put hands and feet on you, and they let you go, and you still turned around and did this bullshit.
Less than 24 hours later, was back to talking shit. See, that's why you can't. That's why you can't give people like that no pass, because they don't give a shit.
Yes, Inetta face is priceless in this. Like, oh man, like I said yesterday,
This is the quietest interview that I have ever heard. Yeah, this is the quietest interview I've ever heard Sinetta give.
That's how you know Sinetta don't believe him, because he don't got no questions for him. He just, I'm gonna let this nigga make a fool of himself.
Basically.
Look at his face. Look at his face. He looked disgusted.
I go through his text message. You gonna see me and Jay Mills arguing because Jay Mills is talking about tell Fee to buy me another gun. Okay, so I said, say this. I was set.
How was he sending you messages if you was locked up?
I don't understand it. That part too. But how does that prove that he set you up? Him asking for you to buy another gun. How does that prove that he set you up?
Because you lost his to the popo.
Jay Mills because Jay Mills is talking about tell Fee to buy me another gun.
But what does that have to do with anything?
So I said, say this.
What did that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. He's always pulling some part of the story details into the story that has nothing to do with it.
He thinks that the more information he gives, the more valid it makes his story, but it doesn't. It just makes it worse because he just.
Thank you. I didn't know how to put it.
Sometimes it takes two people to come out with a complete sentence.
Somebody said he contribute to his own situation.
He is the man into his own situation.
Right.
Look, anything anybody else did to him, he allowed. He let Martina into his house. He opened up his house to everybody. He put his address out on the internet. You know, all this stuff was done by him.
All of it. And then like it's just fucking ridiculous, man. This whole thing is ridiculous. And the fact that he won't take take accountability for anything.
To go to prison in 2012 because they was out there stealing and they got caught by the police. And you know how the police do when they catch somebody. They make you go line somebody else up. And so Marshall.
Wait, no, they don't. No, they don't.
Daniels was set up by Richard Booth Jr. August 3rd, 2012 by officers Michael Aquino in Hamilton to go to jail for Richard and Jay.
Who remembers the officers' names? This I know you're lying, my nigga. Who remembers the arresting officers' names?
Yeah, he remember everybody's names when it don't matter.
Exactly. You thinks that giving up a name and like you, just like you said, he thinks the more details he puts into the story, the more valid and believable it sounds. But it just makes it sound more ridiculous.
Quan Mills' gun. And when I went to jail, I was not in the streets. I had not been in the streets since I was 17 years old.
So what were you doing out there?
I went to prison at 18 years old. And when I went to
That's a lie. You just said you met Camille when you were 17 and you was in the streets hustling.
Mm-hmm.
Doofus, you literally just before this said that you was in the streets hustling when you met Camille when you was 16, 17. Y'all don't see the fucking flip-flopping and lying and shit?
the prison, I had 2 jobs. I was
Hey, Quad Brown, I know you're going to be super butthurt when you see this. Because there ain't no arguments to this. This nigga is clearly fucking lying. You can't argue with this. I can't wait to see what this dumb motherfucker say in my chat, in my comments. We need to make up a nickname for Quad Brown.
working at Family Dollar. My manager name was Reggie. He used to come give me rides to work because I used to have to walk down there an hour and a half to work every day. My manager name was Reggie, and I had another manager at Olive Garden, and also,
you know what's crazy? Camille says she was working 2 jobs to keep that apartment, and the 2 jobs that she said she was working, that's where you claim that you're working, that you was working.
He ain't had no job.
That's what I'm saying. You're taking her credit for what she was doing. She was
no
working.
Quaz. Doodle Brown is already taken. You got to think of another one.
Camille was working 2 jobs. Those were her names.
Crystal.
I was in school at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh for animation.
Stop lying, nigga. You cannot get into school or college without a high school diploma or a GED. You have neither.
Graphic design. The U.S. Navy can verify this because I was going to school.
No, they can't verify it, jackass, because they're not going to. We can't just go to the U.S. Navy and ask them that.
Why would the U.S. Navy have your medical, have your school records?
He's saying that the U.S. Navy was paying for it because his dad was in the Navy.
Hey, Jaded. No, the U.S. Navy only pays for college.
Insurance.
There are scholarships for like private schools and stuff, but you would actually have to be in touch with your parent. And as we all know, I'm not being funny.
He wasn't in touch with
he did not grow up with his father.
You had to have all your dad Army information. And to top that off, you don't
the way it goes,
have a diploma. Wait, sis, say it with me. Say it with me. He dropped out in middle school.
Dropout. But here's the thing. All of that stuff has to be initiated by the veteran. It cannot be initiated by the child.
And I know that
if your parent is deceased, then yeah, you can go in and sign up for that stuff. But the rest of that shit, I gotta go file paperwork for my daughter right now.
I was gonna say, wasn't you in the Navy?
Yeah.
Well, I know that for a fact because when I took a semester off in college, my dad called me and was like, yo,
look, in order for your child
hold on, this is what he did. He said, yo, you still in school? And I'm like, nah, I'm taking a semester off and I'm going back next semester. Same week, like 3 business days later. Like he called me on a Monday, I think it was Thursday. I got a letter in the mail saying my insurance and everything was cut off.
Yeah, because they can't keep you on there after you get out of school. But see, here's how it goes. If your parent is deceased, you can file for that stuff. But if
your parents got to be retired as well.
Look, this is how it goes. They either have to be medically retired with full benefits or retired in order for their child to be eligible for that. There's a thing where you can shift over your not your VA,
you can let them get away with this shit for a while too.
Yeah, you can shift your GI Bill over to your child, but that's only if you haven't used it. There are places that have slots for military members' kids, but the parent would have to go sign them up. That's not something you sign up for yourself.
Right. And
right, Carolina kid. Dead in
according,
action or 100% total and permanent disability.
yeah, but according to him, though, like you weren't even around your dad. They were never in your life. So how the fuck did you do this? And for one,
Exactly.
and for two,
And
how did
that
you
would have
get
been
into
something.
how did you get into a college without a GED or a high school diploma?
Yeah, it's not something that every military member gets.
You said you was in school right now for some art institute or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you won't show us your. You said you was doing online classes. Let's see you log into them classes just one time. Just log in. You don't got to show us your information. Just show us that you can log in and that you're a part of the school. Now, if I look up the Art Institute alumni, well, you wouldn't be alumni because you didn't graduate.
Let me drop down because Crystal giving me the stank eye. She want to go for her morning ride.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks, sis.
No problem, bro.
Did
you hear, right?
He was a Navy veteran named Tyrone
You said what?
Doyle.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I said you heard.
All right, let me say this
Yeah,
real
I
quick
hear.
to the people.
I hear. I hear. In the
Y'all
background.
later.
In the audience, because I see a lot of people say I thought he was, not a lot of people, but for example, Chuck Diesel, I thought he was getting better. What do you mean by that when you say I thought he was getting better? Because for some reason, it's like all of us have a story. Like, for example, I'm gonna use me. You got to be able to vent and get it out. Because if you don't get it out, you end up snapping off on people that don't deserve it. So you let people get the information out. That's what I was doing all the time. Within my household, I would snap off at my wife and then say, damn, baby, I'm sorry. You know, within, as soon as I do it, because
Nah, son, I'm not finna sit here and let you make excuses for this nigga. That's why I cut it off last night. Now I know where we left off.
Sisters out here.
This nigga try to lie
I
for
didn't
him.
want him to think that I asked him to use his Navy benefits for school, and then I wasn't going to school and I was doing something. And she gonna be like, you know, she held me down while I was in there. Okay.
Within your body, and even if you is, go and look it up. Look up ricin, and you'll see it's a plant. And so she poisoned him. So as I'm listening to young Pharaoh, and he's talking about how his ladies poisoned him, that's not far-fetched. Y'all better open up your eyes and see what's going on, man.
Yo, nigga, you need to open up your fucking eyes and stop trying to make $1 off of everything because they weren't even fucking there. So I know how they gonna poison them if one wasn't even in the same state and the other wasn't even in the house. And there's evidence
White
of this.
people, I'm about to turn up in it. Look at me, I got weed up in this motherfucker, a knife up in this motherfucker. Where them shrooms go? Some shrooms up in this bitch. Wait a minute. I'm about to get lit in this bitch.
Like, bro, what do you mean? What are you talking about, bro? Like, what is you talking about? How are you going to say that doesn't sound far-fetched when the whole world watched this nigga take the drugs and admit to taking the drugs? So now you need to get your shit together, bro. For real. I tried to be nice yesterday, but you sound like you made yourself sound really, really, really fucked up and dirty right there. Because there's no way, there's no fucking way you believe this story. And to top that off, he's saying you one of the people that drugged him. Doofus. You corroborating his fucking story and you don't even know that you one of the people that he accusing of drugging him. The fuck, Sonetta? Yeah, he definitely too old for this shit. He been dirty rimming. This ain't new. I know, but God, bro, come on. God damn. Hold on, Quaz. I gotta get out the bowl, Sonetta. Get out the bowl. For real. You corroborating this man's story, and you one of the people that he's saying drugged him. He said you sent Dr. Mayat or Goddess Sekhmet. 1 minute is Dr. Mayat. The next minute is Goddess. You sent Goddess Sekhmet to drug him the first time. You, Sarnetta, he's saying you sent them to do that the first time. You're corroborating this story, talking about it don't sound far-fetched. How does that make you look?
Yeah. And niggas be too vagina whipped. Like I'm a type of nigga. I don't care if you
hey, react. When he said that, you know the first thing I thought about when he said niggas is too vagina whipped. Vagina. You got that shit stuck in my head ever since that night. Vagina. He said niggas are too vagina whipped.
Better open up your eyes and see what's going on, man.
Yeah. And niggas be too vagina whipped.
Vagina.
Like I'm a type of nigga. I don't care if you a poor man. Like I would.
Vagina whipped. Are you serious, nigga? Niggas was telling you Martina don't fuck with you, nigga. She's in the other room making fun of you on Twitter and showed you the messages. And you told everybody to shut the fuck up because we don't know what we talking about. We all told you. She the one who put that jewelry in Josh Netter. She tried to steal your jewelry. We all told you she using you to buy that apartment. We all told you she using you for your money. We all told you that once you go to that ATM machine and you come back with no cash, it's a wrap. What happened? What happened when you went to that ATM machine and saw that there was no more money?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
What happened? She was doing OnlyFans in his living room. Right, React. This nigga was, what are you talking about? She had you all type. Don't nobody got me pussy whipped. Whips. Pussy. And Martina was the one that shut the fuck up. That's what that remind me of right now. He sound like Pops. Don't nobody got me pussy whipped. Whips. Pussy. And Martina comes up in the back. Shut your dumb ass up. Get out the bold quads. All right, I fucks with that. I ain't even gonna lie. I fucks with that, quads. I fucks with that. Oh, man, you did it first. Oh, I'm hating. I'm hating right now. Give me my slogan back, nigga. It's like, nah, that's fire. Get out the bold quads. He said, I know, that's what I'm saying. Niggas is too vagina whipped when a whole vagina robbed the shit. Yo, you know what's funny? He's saying niggas is vagina whipped while claiming vagina stole his money. Did anybody else catch that? He's claiming, oh, niggas is too vagina whipped. And just got through saying that vagina stole his money.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
Make that make sense. Yeah, he never explained how he saved the world neither. He said he won the world. He said he won World War III. That's how that's his explanation. He saved the world because he won World War III. Allegedly.
But right. If I seen you on the street and you was poor, I wouldn't care if the female cop was the baddest was a damn model. I'm still gonna be like, get out that man's face. Right? So that's what it is. Niggas too tender D for a pretty face. So long story short, I was set up to go to jail August 3rd, 2012. And when I went to jail, I didn't realize I was being set up though. I just was looking at it like, I ain't snitching. But in reality, I was being set up to go to jail for a gun that wasn't mine. Now, I did 42 months. When I was 32 to 33 months in, I got contacted and my father also died while I was in there. Okay, let's be clear on that. My father did die while I was in there. So my father dies while I'm in jail. I don't deal with my mother's side of the family at all because they grimy as hell, dirty as hell. Can't even give you no examples of why they grimy. They'd be to shut it down right now. But long story short, I'm in jail. My father dies, and I'm in there. That's how I got good with the law. So now, boom.
Oh, that's how he might have did it. He said his father did die while he was in jail. But you didn't go to school until after. I mean, before you went to jail, right? He was in school before he went to jail. He didn't go to school after. I don't know. The story is flip-flopping so fucking much that I can't even. Bruh.
When I'm 33 months in, right? When I'm 33 months in, I get contacted by this woman named Jocelyn McIntyre.
They killed my dog. You're gonna get.
And she was like, hey, when I'm 33 months in, I get contacted by this woman named Jocelyn McIntyre. And she was like, hey, Marsh, remember that chubby girl you used to talk to that had a crush on you? I'm like, yeah, who you talking about? She's like, Camille. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember her. I'm like, yeah, because we used to be hanging when we was younger, but we never had sex. But she used to come around. That's true. But we never, nothing. And I'm stressing this point because
So you did know her before you went to jail. You're described. Oh, my God, nigga. Can you stop fucking lying for once? Just oh man, bro. You literally just told us that you never knew her before and never spoke to her, never, fucked with her before you went to jail. And you're saying you're telling us a story about you meeting her before you went to jail. And then you say, yeah, I remember her because she used to come around and chill and stuff. So you were around her. You knew her. Yeah. Get out the bowl.
need for y'all to realize that's cap. And so boom, she like, oh hey Marsh, yeah, do Camille, what you call it, that chubby girl you was talking to, Camille, she wanna, basically she's trying to get in.
Wait, what friend calls her friend chubby? Exactly. Forgot about that, Rocksteady. Thank you. Richard and him I forgot. Richard told us that he used to go to McDonald's and get free food. Camille lost her job for it. Camille lost her job at McDonald's for giving them free food. Thanks, Rocksteady. I forgot all about that. Peace and welcome back to the channel, too. Sarnetta is like Dr. Philmon. Philmon, except the crazy people don't get therapy. I want to watch Ric Flair and one good chest. Yeah, just one. Ooh, just one good one. That's what I'm going to do. If I ever get into a fight with him, that's how I'm going to start the fight off. For real, Kev.
Oh, hey, Marsh. Yeah, do Camille, what you call it, that chubby girl you was talking to.
That's what I was saying. Whenever you ever heard a friend, Nikwa, whenever you ever heard one of your friends go up to, say you got a big a friend that's a plus size, would you walk over to a man and say, my chubby friend want to holler at you? Would you describe her as chubby when trying to hook her up with somebody? Whenever you ever heard a woman call her friend chubby when trying to hook her up with a man? Yo, my chubby friend want to holler at you. When have you ever seen some shit like that? Yo, my chubby friend over there want to holler at you. Remember the chubby one?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Where they do that at?
To commit realize that's cap. And so boom, she like, oh hey Marsh, yeah, do Camille, what you call it, that chubby girl you was talking to.
That chubby girl you was talking to. What friend describes? her friend as chubby. Where they do that at? My chubby friend want to holler at you. That's fucking crazy. That's gonna make me what? Your chubby friend.
Camille, you know, she wanted, you know, basically she's trying to get in contact with me. So I'm like, yeah. Now in my
He's a
mind, I'm
liar.
like, shit, I'm in here, I ain't
And he
getting
was
no
using her.
visits, I ain't getting no mail. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hell yeah. So boom, she gave me her info. Now, like I said, I have the first letter that she ever wrote me. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because if you let her tell the story, she gonna put pictures up of her visiting me when I was in Wyoming. And she gonna be like, you know, she held me down during the bed and I came home and did her dirty. That, and I'm not, like I said, I wouldn't care if she came and visited me one time. I'm grateful. But that is not the truth. The truth is, when I went to jail in 2012, August 3rd,
how would it not be the truth? She has multiple pictures of you guys in jail, of you taking pictures with you in jail. She has pictures of picking you up from jail, taking you to fuck home. Each picture, you're wearing a different jail jumpsuit. She's in a different outfit. So these are different times. You can't say she wasn't there when she has physical proof. How is it not? He just told us that she got pictures and then say it's not true. Did y'all hear this shit? He said, literally a stack of pictures. Hold on, let me show you what she did. Camille put it up like it was money. Hold on, I'll let it play while I'm looking for it.
I didn't know anybody knew I was in there. Because nobody never came to none of my court dates. I never got no visits. I never got no money.
How did you not get visits when you're clearly in visit pictures with her? You take, hey, somebody put it in the chat. When you take a picture with a man in jail, when do you take those pictures? What are you doing when you take those pictures? Why are you there to take those pictures? You just there to show up and take a picture and leave, or you there to visit? He said he got no visits. So all them pictures, was she just showed up to take the picture? Or was she there to visit?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Because I've never seen a jail let somebody come and just take pictures. Now let's look at this. Look at this. Somebody come with you. Look at this. This is him. Different outfit. He got a black shirt on this one. White shirt this one. She has a different outfit. And I want who was braiding your hair in there, nigga? Why do you have braids? Who lap was you sitting in? That's a different picture. Different picture. No visits? You don't hold somebody like that you guys were together. And who was braiding your hair, nigga? Who was that braiding your hair, nigga? Get out the bowl. Every picture, you got fresh braids. Where them braids come from? Who lap was you sitting in? Visitation, right. You only take those pictures on visitation. Who legs was you sitting between? Because you got braids and you in jail. Your hair is braided, my nigga. Who braided your hair? And let's not forget this picture of her bringing your dusty ass home. Picking you up from jail and bringing your dusty ass home. You got braids in that picture. Who braided your hair before you left jail? This is the day y'all came home. Who braided your hair, bro? This is y'all first event. This is when you start doing lectures and she took you to your first event. Who is you trying to lie to, my nigga? You better hope I don't find this goddamn picture of her holding a stack of them up. You better hope I don't find this screenshot. She got a stack. She got stacks and stacks, racks on racks of those pictures. If you go to her Instagram, it's littered with pictures of her visiting YP. So for him to say he ain't get no visits and no money, no nothing, you full of shit.
Right in my father, and I was off by like 2 numbers of his address. So my only
You just said your dad died while you was in jail. Didn't he literally just say that? Didn't he just say his dad died while he was in jail? So how was you writing it?
The only reason I felt disrespected before I continue is, why would my son's mom say that she was doing something for me when if you was doing that, I would have also asked you to get my father's address, because I was trying to get my father's address for a year because nobody.
But you just said your father was dead. You said your father died while you was in jail. So how would she be getting your father's address? If your father died while you was in jail, which you just stated right before this, you stated that your father died while you were in jail. How in the hell would she get his address if he was dead?
Nobody would tell me what my father's address was. And the reason I was trying to get my father's address is because I didn't want him to think that I asked him to use his Navy benefits for school, and then I wasn't going to school and I was doing something other with the money because the Navy was paying for me to go to school, right or wrong. Okay.
But they don't get that. That's how I know you full of shit. They don't give you the money. The money goes straight to the school. The money never comes in. They never put the money in your hand. So why would he think that? That made absolutely no sense. When my dad was paying for my college, I didn't get no money in my hand. They don't give you the money. They give it straight to the school. They give that money straight to the school. So how would he think that you was doing something else with the money? And the money never touches your hands. Somebody make that make sense. Can't speak about a real alpha. He lost himself after getting famous, and it's depending on how you see him. Listen, Pharaoh, I don't want to mess your name up, but I've been here the entire time reporting on this story. I saw this story from start to now, and I've been watching it very closely. The man he took drugs. This is how it all started. Look, this is how all this started.
White people, I'm about to turn up in it. Look at me, I got weed up in this motherfucker, a knife up in this motherfucker. Where them shrooms go? Some shrooms up in this bitch. Wait a minute. I'm about to get lit in this bitch.
That day, he got high off of mushrooms and start doing crazy shit like this.
Now I'm scared for my motherfucking life. Bitch, I'm afraid for my life. I got a knife. I don't got my gun. My bodyguard took my gun. My bodyguard, Ace Heru, he took my gun last night. I just told Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka just told me he believed in aliens, right? I just told Waka Flocka I shot a motherfucker in his head 10 times. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. I told him that. This shit real. Put this bitch on the news. This is my house. I own all this shit. Put this shit on the news. I'll pull my dick out on this motherfucker.
So he did that and embarrassed himself. And when he came down off of his high and realized what he did, first he tried to lie and say that he didn't take drugs. And then I dropped that video that you just saw of him holding the shrooms up. When that video dropped, it went from I don't take drugs and never did to they drugged me. And then the story kept evolving and evolving and evolving. And over 2 years, this is what we have. This is the end product. He can't even decide on who drugged him. He's saying his little Dirk, Rick Ross, his baby mom, the Muslims, the Jews, the government, the FBI, the CIA. Come on, bro. But that's where I'm gonna stop this at, y'all. That's where I'm gonna stop this at. We're gonna come back tonight. Promise you. Coming back tonight for a part 3. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to come back for a part 3 tonight. I need to know, because if y'all ain't down with it, I ain't doing it. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to come back tonight. Oh, Jada, I'm surprised you was first. Hey, Jada, did you see that joint that I put in the chat and tagged you in? And I was like, see, Jada, look what you just started. That white lady trying to say she brown. You see that shit? I tagged you and it said, see, Jada, look what the fuck you just started. It's in the group chat. The white lady said she brown. But all right, y'all, I'm going to come back tonight then. Say less. Say less. I'm going to come back tonight. All right, y'all. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that stopped by. Like I said, every live stream is y'all who make these lives lit. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure it's on all so you can be alerted and notified whenever I drop this heat. It's your boy, the one and only Brenda's baby, Remiel, my aunt. You were just tuned into my aunt TV. No, Rim TV. I see y'all when I see y'all. Until then, get out the bowl.
You better be careful, little buddy.